Before you lose hope, there is something you should know. Hope does not disappear loudly. It fades quietly, one small moment at a time. Long before the sun touched the forest floor, before colors woke up inside the leaves, an old peacock stood near a dry clearing. Once, his feathers were stories themselves, wide, bright, full of eyes that caught light. They had turned heads. They had stopped time. Now, many feathers were missing. Others had lost their shine. Some bent downward, tired of being held up for so long. The jungle still woke up every morning. The same trees, the same wind, the same birds calling without concern. But the old peacock felt different inside, as if the world had moved ahead and left him standing in yesterday. He remembered mornings when his dance felt effortless, when his body moved before doubt could speak, when attention came naturally, without asking. Back then, he never questioned his place, never wondered if he still mattered, never feared becoming invisible. Now, when younger peacocks passed by, their feathers fresh, their steps confident, he lowered his head, not because they mocked him, they didn't. Not because they pushed him away, they didn't, but because he felt the weight of comparison, a quiet human pain, the kind that doesn't come from others, but from inside. He asked himself things he never asked before. What if my best days are over? What if nothing beautiful remains in me? What if I am only surviving, not living? The jungle offered no answers. It rarely does. Days passed like slow breaths, morning to evening, evening to night. The old peacock stopped dancing, not suddenly, slowly. First less often, then not at all. He told himself it was fine, that dancing belonged to another time, another version of him. But deep inside, something ached, not the body, the meaning. One afternoon, heavy clouds gathered, not dark, just tired. Rain began softly, not enough to scare, just enough to remind the earth of itself. The old peacock stood still as drops touched his feathers. Some rolled off, some stayed. The younger peacocks ran for cover, calling out. He stayed, alone in the open, with the rain. For a moment he thought of moving away, of hiding, of not being seen like this, aged, unfinished. Then something unexpected happened. The rain washed dust from his remaining feathers. Colors he forgot were still there, not bright like before, but deep, gentle, real. He felt the water on his skin, cool, honest, present. And without deciding, without planning, his body shifted. Not a dance, not the old one, just a slow opening of feathers. Imperfect, uneven, quiet. No audience, no applause, only the rain and the ground beneath his feet. In that moment, the old peacock understood something softly. Beauty does not end when attention ends. Meaning does not disappear when youth leaves. Hope doesn't come back as a miracle. It returns as permission. Permission to exist as you are, not as you were, not as others expect. He wasn't trying to prove anything. He wasn't trying to impress. He was simply responding to being alive. The rain slowed. The clouds loosened. When the younger peacocks returned, they didn't stare. They didn't judge. Some paused, watching quietly. The old peacock lowered his feathers again, calm, unashamed. Nothing dramatic had changed. His feathers would not grow back overnight. Time would not reverse. But something inside him had settled, a tight question finally resting. He didn't need to be at his peak to be present. He didn't need to shine to belong. As evening arrived, the jungle looked the same, yet he felt different within it. Hope was no longer loud or urgent. It sat beside him, quiet, patient. like a reminder whispered just in time. Before you lose hope, remember this. Even when you feel old, even when you feel left behind, even when you believe your best has already passed, there is still something inside you responding to the world, waiting not to perform, but to breathe. And sometimes that is more than enough.